How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Saul Sunforge, and this is Dungeons and Taverns. How's everybody doing? This is probably going to be the last video for 2021. And I gotta say that so far this has been, it's been a fun year. Having a D&D channel. At first, I was like real nervous about it. I still am kind of, but not really as much. And so I'm thinking, next year and beyond is going to be so much better. So I had gotten a question about my legendary creature video. I guess it wasn't in depth enough, for some people, and I have an encounter coming up in the live session that I need to create a legendary creature, and so since both of those things lined up together, I thought today I would go ahead and make the legendary creature that I'm going to use in the live episode. Which, if you're watching on YouTube, that's quite a few episodes behind. It's like 20-something episodes behind. And I've actually made quite a bit of progress. It used to be like 35, 40 episodes behind. But I've been, pumping them out. And, we're probably going to even, pick the pace up a bit more. So, the goal is to get you guys to be able to have the option to watch the final few episodes, or at least the final episode, live. That's the goal. But enough about that stuff, because that's not what the main title of the video is going to be about. We're going to make our legendary creature that I'm going to be using today. And let me see here. Let me open up this notepad file, and we'll make our legendary creature. So I'll put that for like half the screen, maybe, so I can write on it. Even smaller than that is fine. All right, that's cool. And then giving you a little peek into how the butter's churned, huh? All right. Oh, up here.
Here, Daddy.
Oh, thanks, Callie. All right. So the first thing we want to do is we want to look at an appropriate CR creature that I have in my head for what I want them to fight. And it's going to be 30. No, it's not 30. And so we're going to go down and find something that, I want to be appropriately challenging to them. All right, let's look at a Baylor. All right, so we're picking out the Baylor right now, which is a huge demon with a big fire whip, right? Let's see, is there anything from this that I would like to use? Yes, there is. All right. So I'll just tell you, I already came up with the name for my legendary creature, and it's just her name is Marionette, and you'll see why. So we'll give her, to start out, give her a true sight out to 90 feet. All right. Immunities, and you could divide it up between condition immunities and then like damage immunities. Condition immunities will be like you're immune to being knocked prone. Damage immunities would be like you're resistant to fire. I know I spelled immunities wrong. Sorry, I'm tired. Immunities. I don't know, man. Yeah, thank you. Immunize. No. Jeez. There. Yeah, that's correct. No? Why? It's not even giving me the right word either. What? Man, I'm sorry. All right. Well, anyway, the Marionette's can be immune to poison. And what else? And you'll see these conditions and things will make sense once the character's fleshed out more. You'll understand why I'm that's fine for now. Just immune to poison is fine for now. Oh well, acid too. Okay, that's good for now. Wait, cold? Yeah, yes, cold too. That's enough. That's enough. I mean, for a boss, that's actually on the lower end of immunities, honestly. Because it doesn't even have to be a magical weapon that will hit the Marionette in order to hit. What would her AC be? Should be really high dex. This is be 19. No. 21. And languages. She speaks Common, and Elven. Elvish, Elven. I think it's Elven. So is this going to be a defensive or an offensive type monster? And those are some things you need to take into account. Because if you have a monster who's a juggernaut on defense and a juggernaut on offense, like that's a special monster. Put it that way. So not every single one of your monsters should be that way, or else it gets really really boring really quick. When you're making monsters, you should want to throw in occasionally the rather smart, or rather clever, crafty, conniving, very intelligent, high wisdom nemesis. And they make much better enemies. And plus, I don't really throw too many enemies at the party that casts magic. But they're at such a high level now that it should be more commonplace than it has been. And so it's going to start ramping up in intensity. And we'll see if they're ready for it. Okay, so common and elven. Okay. Speed. Like I said, she's really fucking really quick. 60. And a climb 40. So that means that she can move 60 feet for her turn, and then she'll do her attacks, which I haven't revealed the attacks yet. Or if she takes the dash action, she can move 120 feet. Or she can climb 40 feet. Now, you can divide up your movement. So, like, say you're using your regular your walking speed, and then you go into your climbing speed. You could do them both on the same turn, but you have to subtract what you've used from your first type of speed, which is the walking speed, from your climb speed. So let's say you use 30 of your walking speed. Then you go to climb. You can only climb 10 feet. Because then that would be a total of 40. So if you use more than 40 of your walking speed, then you can't climb in the same turn. Because your climb speed would then be 0 when you go to climb, which means you can't move. Alright, so let's see, what's the Balor's specials? Death throws. When the Balor dies, it explodes, and each creature... No, that's not this creature. Fire aura? No. Magic resistance? Yes. The Marionette has advantage on all spells spell-like abilities and saving throws. Yeah. Yep. That's good. I was making sure. I was just seeing if that makes sense the way I worded it, and it does. What's the Baylor's attack? A whip? A teleport? With a fast creature? A teleport with a fast creature? Yes. Yes. Teleport. Magically teleports. Along with any equipment it is wearing. Or carrying up to 90 feet. So I shorten the distance. Because, if I want it to be around the same CR, I have to make some sacrifices if I go too hard in certain areas, or else it becomes a higher CR, All right. We're looking for attacks. So since the defense is high, that means the attacks are low because she's so fast. Just quick, unfocused shanks. Really not lining up the shot. 15? Yeah, I think 15 is low enough. I might even say 16, but 15 definitely. So we'll go with 15. We'll cut him a break. Oh. Mommy Lord. I know it says rejuvenation. We're not going to go with that ability, but we're going to go with regeneration. Marionette gains 10 HP per round. If she is below half health. So I'm restricting it to just when she's at below half health, so she's not going to have it for the entire time that they're fighting. And so that's another way to when you cut back on abilities like that instead of letting them loose, that helps calm the CR back down a bit if you're trying to load it up with stuff. You know, if you're trying to load it up with defensive, boom, just beefy, like you're gonna have to be real realistic with that offense. It's gonna be you're gonna have to make the creature really slow, or the attack takes a while, or it's not gonna have any legendary actions, or resistances and things like that. Possibly, it just depends on what you're comfortable, what kind of ratio you're cool with. You know, and usually 60-40 one way or the other is pretty cool. You know, sometimes you could do 80-20, but I wouldn't recommend any more than that because it just ends up being a slog and not fun at all when the party's just whooping the crap out of this boss for 20 rounds and this boss is missing every attack. That's no fun. That's no fun. It's just a beatdown. You know, it's just you're there for hours just to whittle away this thing's hit points. But you want to keep the attack. The lowest you want to take it is to where your creature, whatever it is a credible threat to the party. You know, you don't want your party to be able to steamroll this creature that you're creating. But at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, you want to make sure that you're fair with it, you know. You don't want to give the creature like 20 attacks or something like that, you know. Usually the more attacks you give it, the lower the hit dice will be for, or something like that to compensate. You know, less stronger attacks or more quick fast attacks. Or you could give if you want the creature to be beastly on attack, you can even lower its crit range. Instead of just a straight 20, maybe make it a 19 or 20, or even an 18 to 20, or make it a 20, but times 3 damage. If you want to make it really overpowered, make it 19 to 20 times, or 18 to 20 times 3 damage. But I wouldn't recommend making it too overpowered. Because as the DM, of course, you can make creatures that the party just won't be able to beat. It's like that's certainly within your power. And most DMs play that way, where it's supposed to be adversarial, and it's not. You yourself are your players' friends, presumably, unless they're strangers. But either way, you kind of enter into a contract with them that you'll be civil with them as long as they're civil with you and the people that you invite to the table. Let's see. All right, so we finished. We got the regeneration. We could do some spells. We'll do the spells. We'll do the spells last. How about that? Legendary actions and spells. All right, let's do legendary actions. And this creature is really on the regenerative side too. And she's gonna be tougher to bring down. And she could do some damage, but it's not her doing most of the damage, and you'll see in a moment. Reaction. She gets 5 points per round. Alright, so then we'll do the cost. Alright, we'll start with one of the best ones. 3. call to arms. The Marionette calls forth 1d6 of her dolls. Callie, can you play in your room and be a little bit quieter, please?
Sure.
Just for a little bit, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Marionette calls forth 1d6 of her dolls. And the reason she goes by the Marionette is because she creates marionettes, obviously. And I'm not going to give you her backstory and everything. You'll find that out in the session once you watch it. I don't want to spoil nothing. But she has these dolls that she controls that attack. And so it costs 3 points, and she can summon 1d6 of them. The reason I made it 3 points is because since she has 5 points, I don't want her to be able to use that ability more than once per round. But going any higher than 3 seemed a little punishing to me. Because the part, if she calls to arms, and then the party has to deal with 1d6 dolls, and then they don't clear them all out by the next round, she's gonna do it again. And imagine if she gets like 4 or 5, and the party still has like 3. You see the pressure. You're adding pressure to the party. And that's the thing with you being a great DM. The difference between a good DM and a great DM is that you know how to add that pressure to the party from multiple angles, that they're forced to give you some of their best actions, and their best role playing, their best moments as a character and as a person too, be really behind the character, to come out of that situation victorious. And so as a great DM, you want to throw that pressure, but without squishing them. And so you want to kind of limit yourself into what you're throwing at them, because you're the DM, so you could create anything you wanted. You could create, and your players would go through it. They might think it's bullshit, and they might call you on it, but if they're staying at the table because they're not so offended by what you're making them fight that they leave the campaign. And I've seen people do that. I've had people do that in my campaigns before, But when that happens, though, I go back and I look at the creature I made, and I'm like, well, maybe wait a second here. What did I mess up? Did I create this creature too strong? Did I overthink my parties? Did I overestimate their abilities? And another thing about legendary creatures that you want to, and I'm going to keep saying another thing. I'm going to keep doing that because I want to fill your minds with information. The best information I could give you without a script. Rotting Fist. +9 to hit. Alright, so we're going to go with the Mummy Lord's offensive stats. For attack, we'll call it the Decomposing Fist. the decomposing fist. Alright, so 18 and 17 strength con. Consequences? Con 17. That's a +3. Alright, that's close enough. Okay, so that's the offensive. And it's going to have a +5 proficiency bonus. There we go. Let's see. Okay, I got it. +9 to attack. It's 2d4 plus 4? No, 6. Alright. So that's the attack. And since she's quick, she can get 4 of those in. And I could probably think of an alternate attack that's slower and hits harder, maybe. But no, well, 18 strength's not terrible. That's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. I would have actually probably went with maybe a 14 strength, but 18 is fine because their whole party isn't there. The group's divided into 3 different sub parties currently. Yeah, just tune in live, dlive.tv/Saul Sunforge. And, every other Saturday. This Saturday, and then every other Saturday from then on. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright, so the call to arms is 3. 1 point. Move up to your walk speed. Without provoking attack of opportunity. Because she's so fast that she basically, and then the party wasn't able to even see it, like how fast she was moving. So any attack or should I, no. Move up to your walk speed and attacks of opportunity against you have disadvantage. Boom. Perfect. Call it Psychic Blur. She touches her head or something, and then her form shimmers and then vibrates itself out of place, and then she appears, her walk speed 60 feet away. It has to be a space that she can see, though. I'm going to remember that. I'm not going to write it down, but I'll remember that. All right, so that's 1 point. And then we got 1 for 3. We should probably have two of them for 1, and then 1 2-pointer. This way there's some choice, involved. Because, if she only gets 5 points, you don't want to either be 3-1-1 or, 5 1s. Because those will be the only options. Oh, excuse me. I spelled it wrong. I spelled slight chick. God, what is wrong with my spelling today? I'm usually pretty good at spelling. I was right? Oh my God. Psychic Link. Controls a doll out of turn and gives it the Marionette's movement speed and amount of attacks per turn. Ooh! Oh! That's a banger. So the Marionette, she controls her dolls through magical tendrils emanating from her fingertips. These bluish purple, dark purple, bluish on the outside, magical tendrils linked to her dolls, right? And then she basically moves her arms and controls them to move and to attack. And so that's why she doesn't have, she herself isn't going to have too much physical power to her. but she's fast, right? She's fast, and so to reflect that, she's gonna have higher AC because of the dex, but because herself, her body, she's made, and I hope my players don't watch this. She's made from other people's body parts, sewn together, patchworked in to incorporate it into her own body. And so she is going to have higher armor. And the next ability that I'm going to give her that I just thought of is for 2 points as well. Repair limb. Marionette teleports to the limb chambers. To swap out body parts. So the room before where the Marionette is a really cold storage room, and depending on what the party does and things, there will or will not be carrion crawlers in there with them. But in that room is the body parts, and there's vats, large vats that hold individual parts in this green syrupy looking goo that preserves them. And so those are the pristine parts in that room. The other parts are just in a scrap heap of corpses and parts on the other side of the room from the vats. Teleports to the limb room to swap out a part from the body pile. The lesser part for 2 points. For 3 points, you guessed it. For 3 points, she gets to scrap out one of the pristine parts. Just call it pristine limb repair. Swap out a body part from the tank and heal how much would a new body part? Well, I haven't thought of her health yet, so that would make a pretty huge difference on the type of heal. 97? No. She's gonna be durable since she's so many different people's body parts. You know, it's gonna be hard to bring all of her systems down when they're all independently different people. Heal. $10d4 plus 20. The amount of a supreme healing potion. For 3 points. And so you see that now there's tons of options. And she can't call to arms and do a pristine limb repair in the same round. But she can do call to arms and go do a quick repair, which should heal for how much? Half? No, make it and heal for 44 plus 4. That's a greater. That's a greater. So it's two stations down. So there's value in using that extra 1 point for 2 steps greater. So you see the value. And so it becomes a different proposition at that point, since there's quite a few choices. And we could make, since we got 2 choices for 2 and 2 for 3, we'll give one another single choice. And magic missile. You create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target. Alright, so her magic missiles have to hit the same. How about her magic missiles have to hit the same target? How about that? And 1 more dart for each above first. So 3, 4. 44 plus 5. 5 magic missiles as if casting it as a 3rd level spell. $5d4 plus 5, but all damage. Wait, no. But it is single target only. And can't be split among additional targets. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a solid stack of legendary actions, right? And does she get legendary resistance? No. Nope. I'm not giving her legendary resistances. Okay, so that's her strength and her con. So her wisdom and her int are going to be very high. What about her charisma? Well, we already said her dex was really high. Let me see. Equivalent CR creature that would probably have a great dex.
Yeah.
I was hoping for higher than a 17, honestly. But her fists are pretty weak too. So, I mean, we'll go with a 23 dex. How about that? Is that good? So that's a plus what? Plus 7? Yeah, that feels right. Stop it with the consequences shit. Weirdo. Interesting. What the hell? Stop that. It's so annoying. Intelligence. Very. Give it a 26. Give it a 26. Huh? What?
Are you okay, Daddy?
Yeah. Alright, so that's a plus 8. Wisdom. Pretty wise, but you know, it's gonna be on the lower end. And then charisma, very ugly, but yeah, it's very ugly. It's not strong either. So, like, you know, in terms of what you think for a monster, go with 7. -2. +3. That's okay. That's cool. That's cool. All right, and then oh, age 307. Race gnome. Height 3'2". Weight 51. we still haven't come up with an HP yet. Alright, so since she's defensive, we could go with a lower HP. Let's see, so we got 187, 190, 144, 243, 97. We'll go with 180. Yeah, so that's on like the lower end, and that's cool because since I gave her so much AC, I have to take away health. Because if I don't, then she's a lot higher CR, and was I gonna give her a ranged attack? Is she gonna have a ranged attack? Fan of knives. Fan of knives. Oh yeah, baby. With a twirl of your body, you throw out 1d8 poison daggers. Girl is poison. That act as +2 daggers. The DC 19 con save against the poison damage. Poison adds 3d4 per dagger. Gagger per dagger. So she only gets one of those if she doesn't take her 4 attacks. With a roll your deck. 1d8 poison daggers. Acts as a +2 dagger. So the total is let's see, 3d4 1d4 +2 44 Total is 4d4 plus 2 per dagger. Sweet. And it should be a dex. Dex save of, oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. 12, 8, 20. Dex save of 20. Oh my gosh. That's the poison. Dex save 20 to avoid the dagger. Now I know this attack is different. It's different than normal attacks, right? But it's sweeter, right? You have to admit it's a lot cooler. It throws like the skill check. You know, players love to roll dice. It throws in extra mechanics that the players will be able to contend with. So it's kind of like a puzzle within the fight, right? How do you get through all this stuff? And that should be good for the attacks, the health. We got the proficiency, the speed, the immunities. Is it immune to being prone? No, it's not. But it causes the dolls to be immune to being prone. Huh. I'm not going to show you those ones. I'm not going to do that now. Oh, we want it all on one page. We'll do 10. All right, and there we go. There's the Marionette. And I don't know. I don't know if those are the weight and the height and all that stuff is right for gnomes. It doesn't necessarily really matter. I just threw it in there just because. So yeah, if you're watching exclusively on YouTube, prepare for a future episode where you see the players fight the creature we just made, the Marionette. And if you're watching or you want to watch live, then go here. I will type it out for you. Give me a nice font. There we go. Let's make it bold and italic. dlive.tv/SoulSunForge. And the time is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I type it out because when I type EST, a lot of people think that means estimated. It doesn't. It is an abbreviation for estimated. But in this case, when you're talking about time, it's an abbreviation for Eastern Standard Time. All right, so it's every other Saturday. Saturday. All right, so there you go. There you have it, my friends. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you so much who've been watching me since I don't promote. You just happen to find me or maybe word of mouth. I appreciate all of you. And for those of you, the new ones who are going to be coming in, welcome. Make yourselves at home. Feel free to ask me any questions you want in the comment sections of any of my videos, and I'll get you an answer as soon as I possibly can. And if I don't know it, I'll find it for you. So, with that said, Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a great Christmas. and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.